Right, a banquet in honor of the king. That is what is happening at State House Nairobi at this particular moment. We did receive visitors today in the country. I'm talking about King Charles III and Queen Camilla. They are in the country for a 4-day tour. They'll be visiting different places. Today, several places that we'll be telling you exactly where in this particular program. Start engaging us on our socials at Amoy Brian, that is on X at Lookuptv. We are also live on Facebook and on YouTube at Lookuptv. We do welcome your feedback on those particular social platforms, and we'll be sampling some of it as we continue with the program tonight. Do tell us where you were watching us from, and also your expectations as far as the king's visit is concerned here in the country. Our sign language interpreter tonight is Josephine Ouko. But first, these are the top stories.
On the bottom line tonight, the royals pay a visit. King Charles III and Queen Camilla arrive in Kenya for a 4-day tour.
My salary was budgeted at 3 times what I'm paid.
Also tonight, Treasury budgeted my salary at 3 times what I'm paid, says Control of Budget Margaret Nyakango as she appears before the National Dialogue Committee, blaming the Treasury for the high cost of living. Also tonight, impeached Governor Kawira Mwangaza's fate now hangs by the thread as Senate's vote to have her impeachment hearing in plenary. 2 MPs and a senator from Baringo and West Pokot counties have today been grilled at the Rift Valley Directorate of Criminal Investigations headquarters in Nakuru County over alleged incitement to violence.
All right, let's begin with the royals' visit. His Majesty King Charles III of the United Kingdom, in company of his wife, Her Majesty Queen Camilla, began their 4-day official visit in the country with a visit to the State House Nairobi, where they were received by President William RUTO. Now, King Charles was honored by a 21-gun salute before he proceeded to inspect a guard of honor mounted by Kenya's Defense Forces. The king, who has a busy schedule in the 4-day of his visit, today toured the Uhuru Gardens before meeting youth actively engaged in climate change talks. Our reporter Henry Tende was on the trail of his first day in the country and files the following reports.
Early Tuesday morning, His Majesty King Charles III, in company of his wife, Her Majesty Queen Camilla, were given a special reception at State House Nairobi by Kenyan President William RUTO. King Charles and Queen Camilla, who arrived in the country on Monday night, received 21-gun salute in their honor from the military of Kenya. King Charles then proceeded to inspect the guard of honor mounted by the Kenya Defense Forces. After their reception at State House, King Charles' itinerary and that of President William RUTO left for Uhuru Gardens, which marked his first stopover of his visit. Uhuru Gardens carries Kenya's history pre- and post-independence, a reason why His Majesty made it his first stopover. Britain remaining a major player in Kenya's struggle for independence. King Charles laying a wreath of flowers on a tomb of one of unnamed freedom fighters. Britain remaining steadfast in matters environment conservation. The next stop for King Charles and Queen Camilla was in Nairobi with a group of youth championing climate change efforts. Tomorrow, on the second day of his visit, King Charles will visit UN headquarters before meeting top government officials, religious leaders and a contingent of British armies training in Kenya. King Charles will also trace and celebrate the work of the late Nobel Peace Laureate winner, Wangari Maathai. King Charles will visit Nairobi National Park before holding high-level business engagement with the government of Kenya. Far from Nairobi, King Charles is scheduled to visit Mombasa City, where he will meet a combined force of British and Kenya military forces. King Charles' visit to Kenya is the first of its kind in Africa since his coronation as the United Kingdom King on 5th of May this year. Henry Tende, Lookuptv.
Now, as King Charles III makes his official maiden visit to Kenya, Kenyans across the country have different expectations from his tour. Let's listen in on our segment, Your Opinion Matters.
King Charles III and Queen Camilla visit to the country of Kenya has elicited mixed reaction from Kenyans. Today, we have done a spot check across the capital city of Nairobi, at least to get their reactions. And here are their views.
Tuna furaha, lakini sisi tunaomba ya kwamba kuna viongozi ambao walipigania uhuru kutoka huku kwetu, haswa katika jamii ya Waluya. Tunauliza ya kwamba anapokuja ana mpango gani kwa hao watu ambao walipigania uhuru katika mlima wa Chetambe, na hatujai sikia wakiwataja, wanataja tu watu kutoka mlima Kenya, kwani mlima Kenya ndio ilipigania uhuru pekee.
Na tunawakaribisha sana hapa nchini, na kwa nchi of course kuna matarajio, lakini kwangu kibinafsi natambua kazi ambao wanafanya kwa kulinda wanyama, na kwa sababu hiyo ndio kazi mimi nafanya na shirika letu wa Brook East Africa, na tunaangalia masiraha ya wanyama ambao wanapuuzwa, na najua mfalme na Marikia haswa ndiye champion na ndiye champion wa kuangalia maslaha ya wanyama. Kwa hivyo kwangu ni furaha kubwa kwa sababu our champion is here, na haswa kesho mimi najua tutakutana pale KSPCA kuangalia maslahi ya wanyama ambao wamepuuzwa kama mbwa na haswa punda. Mnajua punda anachinjwa sana hapa nchini, punda hawazaani. Vichinjio tumejaribu kuzifunga kama Brook East Africa, lakini haifanyiki. Kwa hivyo ujio wa Marikia itakuja kutilia mkazo hata siku ya kesho.
Matarajio yangu ni kwa wafalme wakija wataongea kuhusu madhara yenyewe yalifanyika wakati wa ukombozi, ili tuone kama wenye waliadhalika watasaidika, na pia tutaongelea kama wataongelea kuhusu kulima, kuhusu majani chai, kuhusu kahawa, ili tuone pia hao wakulima kama watafaidika kwa ukulima wao.
Gharama pia zitashuka jinsi itakavyokuwa, pengine mambo yatakuwa yamebadilika, kwa sababu wengi sana sasa gharama imekuwa iko juu, ingawaje watu wanalaumu president, lakini sasa tukiangalia kulingana na kazi yake jinsi anavyofanya, I can't blame about that because I know kila anachokifanya yeye anakijua ni nini.
These were opinions from different Kenyans across the capital concerning the king and the queen's visit to the country. Aludagel for Lookuptv in Nairobi.
Right, now away from that, Controller of Budget Margaret Nyakango now says the allocation for her 2023-2024 compensation from the Consolidated Fund Services was put at 3 times by the National Treasury for reasons that have not been explained to her, saying that such is the case for all state officers. Nyakango has blamed the National Treasury for the current situation in the country. She was speaking during her submission to the National Dialogue Committee on the Cost of Living. Stanley Lugaria now reports.
On Tuesday, during the National Dialogue Committee roundtable with experts including Parliamentary Budget Office, Society of International Development and Economic Analysis, giving their views on debatable issue of the high cost of living at the bombers of Kenya, the Controller of Budget Margaret Nyakango, while appearing on behalf of the office, has reiterated that the cost of living has pretty gone high, which she says has greatly impacted the low-cadre employees, which comprise of the majority, and now says the problem has been brought about partly by the rot at the Treasury.
We have suffered a long time from poor forecasting, and this is an area, please, I would ask the committee to talk to the National Treasury on a very serious note. The exaggerations are in the National Treasury, and let me just give one example. When I was doing the budget for Consolidated Fund Services, this is where my salary is paid from. I found out that my salary was budgeted at 3 times what I'm paid. I am the only state officer in my institution. So there's nothing like confusion there. I'm all alone. So I asked them, why is the budget showing 3 times what my annual salary is? And it was like that for all the state officers.
Nyakango has faulted the treasury over what she terms integrity issues and now accuses the National Finance Office of constantly demonstrating discrepancies in salaries of state officers, having realized the erroneous mistake under the treasury records with efforts to seek an explanation on why proving futile.
The spending to particular outcomes is done properly. Then I think we'll be home and dry.
Nyakango wants transparency and accountability across all public offices, especially at the Hustler Fund programs properly instituted and with increased allocation, so as to have the exact number of beneficiaries as well as enhanced efficiency, while awarding loans to help beneficiaries use the money.
These people are going to turn around the economy by spending and therefore paying VAT. So if you have happy farmers, you will have a happy country. For me, that is what I would say.
Owino Kome of the Institute of Economic Affairs revealed that they are opposed to housing levy and programs and feel the allocation should be channeled to construction of more schools and probably into other projects that will help lower cost of living.
It's also clear that the income support that government gives through cash transfers is insufficient, both in terms of the number of people covered and the amount. So even without necessarily changing the amount, basically expanding it to say 1-2 million other households is all affordable. 8 billion shillings for the top, I mean the bottom 25%, that's doable. It's not too much money and it would have substantial effects, basically even in cohesion.
In a way, because it seems as if the import declaration levy is levied on the CIF, cost, insurance and flights. So as the price of international prices go up, similarly, this also goes up.
Stanley Logaria, Lookuptv.
Right now, the national primary examinations of KCPE and KPSEA entered the second day today, with candidates across the country sitting the second set of subjects. Now, the Ministry of Education says it is putting strategies to ensure that all candidates who have missed their KCPE examinations over inevitable circumstances are facilitated to transit to the next level. Now, speaking at Ngong Township Primary School, PS Belio Kipsang said the government is committed to ensuring 100% transition despite the challenges of transition from the 844 system to the current system of CBC.
The national exams entered day 2 with candidates sitting for the second set of exam papers. Principal Secretary for Basic Education Belio Kipsang has assured that all learners in areas experiencing challenges of heavy rains and flooding will not be cut out, as the government has put sufficient measures of ensuring examinations are done.
Other than a few places where there were some rains, like in Marsabit, some parts of Wajir, but still the examinations were done. Government had adequately mobilized. We had quite a number of helicopters in those regions. We are aware that the most difficult was in Marsabit, because notwithstanding the availability of helicopters, the early part of the morning was fairly missed, which also made it difficult for the choppers to take off. But at the end of the day, we are very happy that the whole country was able to sit for the examinations.
The PS has, however, assured candidates that the government will ensure 100% transition to the next level for those who will miss the examinations due to inevitable circumstances.
Even those who are in hospitals and are able to do it, they will do it. Those who will not be able to do it, as I said, between now and the time we release results, we shall look at ways in which they can be able to be supported to transit to the next level.
KPSEA and KCPE examinations, which kicked off yesterday, will come to an end tomorrow, whereas KCSE examinations, which began on 23rd of October, will be concluded on 24th of November. This comes as insecurity in different parts of the country threaten the ongoing examinations. On Tuesday, Interior Cabinet Secretary Kithure Kindiki has held a security meeting with the Rift Valley Regional and Baringo County Security Intelligence Team at Loruk in Baringo North constituency to deliberate on measures put to curb insecurities during the ongoing national examinations. Beatrice Kageha, Lookuptv.
All right, it's time to take a short break here on The Bottom Line. We'll be back in a few with more stories.
Infinity Industrial Park is one of the largest private industrial parks located along Eastern Bypass, Nairobi, which provides modern infrastructure for smooth operations for industries and business enterprises. Infinity Industrial Park offers world-class amenities and facilities with wide roads, a police station, a power substation, fire station, public transport stage, hospital, and shopping mall. In addition, Infinity Industrial Park also offers CCTV cameras, 24-hour private armed security patrol, sewer, water, fiber optic cable, and 3-phase power connection, added to public utility, canteen, and dining areas. Sail on the golden opportunity to invest in Infinity Industrial Park, fully serviced warehouses at a special price of 3,569 Kenyan shillings per square foot. For more inquiries, visit our website infinityindustrialpark.com.
Introducing the Kenya Trade Fair Fusion Sales Drive event in the heart of Nairobi at the Kenya National Archives. It's not just an event, it's sales generation with a remarkable return on investment. Get ready to let your booth do the talking as you study new market trends with lots of entertainment featuring traditional live bands, DJs, and artists. For vendor registration, call 0724-715-334 or 0713-907-584 or 0723-861-173.
All right, thank you so much for staying with us here on The Bottom Line KE. Let's continue with the program tonight. Now, 2 MPs and a senator from Baringo and West Pokot counties have today been grilled at the Rift Valley Directorate of Criminal Investigations DCI headquarters in Nakuru County over alleged incitement to violence. Now, the three Tiati MP William Kumket, his Sigor counterpart Peter Lochakapong, and West Pokot Senator Julius Murgor at around 9 a.m. presented themselves at the DCI offices, accompanied by lawyer Kipkoech Ngetich. Now, Kapenguria MP Samuel Muroto and West Pokot Women Representative Rael Kasiwai. Let's listen in to what they were saying.
Kuliwaza idara ya jinai pamoja na serikali ya Kenya kwamba shida iliyoko katika mipaka ya Wapokot na Turkana na Baringo si shida kidogo. Si shida ambayo inaweza kutatuliwa na idara ya jinai. Shida iliyoko huko ni shida kubwa. Na leo wameomba National Security Council waweze kusafiri, wafanye mkutano kule Kapedo.
Nauliza Mheshimiwa Rais, RUTO ni rafiki sana ya pande. Naelewa, hata naelewa West Pokot, anaelewa Turkana vile ilivyo. Yeye akutanishi hao watu badala ya kufanya mikutano separate ya Turkana, separate ya nini watu wa Baringo, separate ya watu ya Pokot, weka watu pamoja.
Tumekuja kuwa surprise na maneno hapa ya videos ati sijui tuliongea tukiwa wapi. Nimewaeleza hawa maofisa kwamba mimi ni bishop wa amani. I, William Kamket, MP for Tiati, ni bishop wa amani. Sasa hizo bunduki ambazo zimezunguka constituency yangu ni za kufanya nini? Ni za kufanya nini? Sasa wewe utafikiria kama silaha ya serikali imezunguka watu wangu hivyo na sisi hatuna ya kujikinga. Unafikiri sisi tulizaliwa wajinga?
Na kwa hivyo kitu ningesema tu ni kwamba tuna appeal kwa serikali. Hii ni serikali ambayo sisi Wapokot tulichagua. Tutaendelea kutetea haki yetu, tutaendelea kutetea watu wetu, tutaendelea kusimama na watu wetu.
Na sisi tulikuwa tunasema tu ile ambayo wananchi wanatuuliza kwamba inakwaje kwamba majirani wetu wote, jamii tunaishi tunapakana na wao, wamepewa bunduki ya serikali. Na Wapokot kuanzia Tiaty mpaka West Pokot wakanyimwa. Waziri mwenyewe alisema watapewa, lakini mpaka saizi bado. So hiyo sio uchochezi.
Now, the majority of the senators on Tuesday voted to have Meru Governor Kawira Mwangaza's case be heard through a plenary and not a select committee. Now, the senators debating on the case on Tuesday afternoon argued that through the plenary, the issues being presented by the county assembly will be looked into keenly, with women senators arguing that the committee way locks them out of participating in such cases.
The mandate of the Senate is to prosecute this matter at the plenary. However, the Senate in its own wisdom can decide to form a committee.
If you want a special committee, you bring a resolution. You seek a resolution of the House. Otherwise, by default, this Senate is supposed to process impeachments in plenary.
As women leaders, we are tired of people insinuating that we are flower girls, insinuating that we are being protected. Let her come to plenary, Mr. Speaker, and defend her leadership.
On whether or not it finds the particulars of the allegations against the governor to have been substantiated, will as many as of that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many of the contrary opinion say nay? Nay. The nays have it.
All right. Now, County Governor Simon Kachaping, this is from West Pokot, has given assurance that schools affected by insecurity in troubled areas of the West Pokot County will reopen in January. A total of 7 schools had been forced to shut down due to vandalism by bandits and ongoing insecurity along the county borders 2 years ago.
Pupils in West Pokot County can now see light at the end of the tunnel. The future as far as education is concerned being resuscitated after Governor Kachapin announced that schools that were closed because of insecurity could be reopened in January. The affected schools, including Cheptulel Boys and Girls, Saplomoi, Cheratek, Kases, Apollo and Takaiwa Primary, have faced challenges, with some suffering extensive damage. Governor Kachapin emphasized the importance of peaceful coexistence to enhance education and encourage students to stay in the region. For this announcement comes at a time when leaders in the region are actively advocating for peace and reconciliation between neighboring communities. Dialogue and intermarriages are being promoted as strategies to establish and maintain peace while minimizing conflicts, ultimately allowing students to...
Mwaka huu kwa mwaka ujao tumeisha. Na nimesema sisi na viongozi lazima Januari ile mashule yote ile imefungwa, Cheptulel Boys, Kasapale, Sabulmoi na nyingine yote lazima tufungue.
Iko tu mambo ya ukosefu wa usalama kidogo hapa kati na majirani Marakwet, na ni watu wachache. So tunataka kuunga mkono Mheshimiwa Rais wakati anasema lazima iishe. Tunataka kusema hiyo maneno lazima tumalize kwa pamoja, na lazima iishe katika serikali hii.
Kila siku. Ya pili, tuishi vyema na marafiki na majirani wetu.
The collective effort of the region's leaders and their commitment and reconciliation, peace and educational opportunities for the students remain at the forefront of the West Pokot County agenda, with the hope of resolving long-standing issues and ensuring a brighter future for the community. Bridget Agola, Lookuptv.
Now, police officers in Ongaturungai have nabbed 26 bags of banks, stolen electronics, as well as goods in African B Church. Now, the residents claim that there have been numerous cases of goat theft in the area. Now, 2 suspects have so far been arrested.
A
house of prayer turned into a store of stolen goods, everything debauchery taking center stage in this church with the hopes of not raising an alarm. However, the days had been numbered, leading to the seizure of 26 bags of bang, an arrest of 2 suspects, and recovery of electronic devices and a slaughtered goat. Jesse Muthiga, a resident of the area, stated that this has been a continuous exercise and the thieves even had a fridge that they kept the slaughtered goat pieces.
So hii ni kitu imekuwa ongoing. Hata ile magari inakujaga hapa. Inakujaga magari ile kubwa kubwa ya kubeba hii bangi. Na wanakula hiyo nyama tu, hata wako na fridge hapo ndani.
Moreover, James Taari, the Deputy County Commissioner Kajiado North, stated that he suspects the church has hidden the corrupted individuals and assured the residents that they will initiate a strong search.
Leo hii kushirikiana na wananchi tumekamata bangi magunia 26 na gunia moja iko na stones, wanaziita stones. Nimesikia lugha hiyo hapa. Kama 40. So you can imagine the worth of the bangi ile tumekamata. Tumeshika suspect wengine, but the main ones bado tutawakamata because they are not walikuwa wametoroka. But very strangely, hii tumeambiwa ilikuwa kanisa, inatumika kama kanisa. Na kanisa ndio wanauza bangi, ndio wanauzia pia washirika. So we suspect hata wenye wanakuja kushiriki kanisa hii si watu soba, ni watu wanatumia bangi.
He further asked the residents to be on the lookout and report any suspicious or criminal activities to the security agencies in order to reduce the theft cases in Kajiado.
But kuna wananchi wazuri. So nataka kuchukua hii fursa nishukuru wananchi because wametusaidia sana kukamata hii. Tutakuwa careful zaidi, tutamulika zaidi.
Ebikadinyi, Lookuptv.
Now, Eastleigh border riders want Nairobi County Governor Johnson Sakaja to come to their rescue after a private developer threatened to evict them from a stay they have been using for the past 8 years. This and more in our newswrap.
Boda riders in Eastleigh are decrying after it appeared that a private developer is trying to evict them forcefully from a stage they have been using for over 8 years now. Njoroge Wanyoike, the secretary of the Boda organization, claims the investor did not consult them, calling on the Nairobi County government to intervene the matter.
Tuko watu karibu mbao hapa, mnafikiria mnadhulumu watu wangapi? Ama mnataka turudi kwa crime mtu uwe? Mnatakaje bana? Tena mtu afukuzagu tena hivyo kama mbuzi. Mtu anaambiwago aje, you should relocate from this point to the next.
Elsewhere in Naivasha, the judiciary has raised a red flag over a rise in cases of child abuse with reports of child trafficking for sexual purposes. Naivasha Law Court's principal magistrate Juliana Ndegeri noted that the lack of child protection unit in the town has impacted negatively on handling such cases.
Our knowledge, and also in some of our court cases, realized that we have issues of sexual exploitation or trafficking in persons for purposes of sexual exploitation.
Residents in Narok County left in absolute shock after a mechanic died on the spot after a tire he was repairing burst and threw him in the air before landing on his head. Narok Central Sub-County Police Commander John Mumanyi has further urged mechanics to put on protective gears like helmet when on duty.
Gurudumu la gari, na kwa bahati mbaya alipokuwa katika hiyo harakati ya kutengeneza ama kurepair ile gurudumu ya gari, wakati alikuwa anaendelea kujaza pumzi, gurudumu liliweza kuripuka kwa ghafla na likaweza kuumiza yule jamaa ambaye.
In Samburu County, residents of Loosuk are protesting over lack of security in the area, protesting a series of attacks detected by people believed to be cattle rustlers that has left many of the community members languishing in poverty. Loosuk Ward Representative Felix Kaunda stressed his urge to invite President RUTO to the area to discuss and find a permanent solution.
Siku mbili iliyopita tulipoteza vijana watatu wadogo sana. Mali, ng'ombe mingi zimeenda na familia zimebaki bila watoto na zimebaki bila ng'ombe.
Bia wanapitisha ng'ombe wetu karibu na jeshi. So tafadhali wakuje wachukue jeshi yao wapeleke pale walitoa. Waje sisi tuhangaike vile tulikuwa tunahangaika bila jeshi.
Ivy Wangulu, Lookuptv.
All right, now the 6th edition of the Changamka Kenya Shopping Festival has officially kicked off at the Kenyatta International Conference Center, KICC, with calls on Kenyans to take advantage of the festival and shop for quality products at discounted prices. Now, the festival will run from today, which is the 31st of October, to the 4th of November 2023. Hosted by the Kenya Association of Manufacturers, the festival brings together Kenyan manufacturers and other stakeholders within the sector and gives them an opportunity to showcase locally made products as well as sell to their customers directly. Additionally, it brings together local manufacturers to showcase high quality made in Kenya products in line with the Buy Kenya, Build Kenya strategy.
And technology. Within Africa, as you will see, Kenya is already contributing between 10 to 12% of Africa's manufacturing. Within that 3%, we have our 10%. But when you look at Kenya, so that we zero it in more at a microscopic level, what do we have? That as a country, we are currently importing nearly 80% of what we need, and we are only manufacturing 20%. That is where it starts. Because
showcasing their local manufactured products here today, and we are proud that we are at least able to link them to the markets that are available so that we can be able to grow these businesses and be able to get our economy, even as a city, to the level that we expect it to be. His Excellency is very delighted to see too many entrepreneurs, innovators, manufacturers, captains of the industry, men and women of distinction making a difference to this county and to this country's fate. I'd also like...
Local industry has continued to innovate every day and to provide Kenyans and the global market with high quality products. It has achieved that by integrating these resources in their day-to-day operations. To achieve a holistic and socio-economic transformation, Kenya must commit to building, creating, adding value, and taking pride in locally produced goods. This means that the government, both the national and county government, and all Kenyans should consume and promote high-quality locally made goods. Additionally, it means
All right, now Women National League defending champions KCB will kick off the new Kenya Volleyball Federation campaign at the Koitalel Samoei University in Nandi County on November 2nd to 3rd. Now the Bankers will take on Vihiga County on Thursday before tackling Detectives DCI on Friday as the Munala-led charges aim to start the new season on a high note. KCB will also participate in the Heroes Community Tournament organized by the Kenya Volleyball Federation, which will be held at the same venue on November 4th to 5th. Now, struggling Shabana FC from KC Highlands will take on defending champions Gor Mahia tomorrow at Nyayo National Stadium in the FKF Premier League. Now, Shabana have so far lost 2 matches since being promoted after 17 years. On the other hand, defending champions Gor held a barren draw against Bidco United last weekend. They sit second in the log with 16 points. Other matches to play tomorrow are as follows. Now, Kenya's men's hockey team will face Ghana in their last Pool B tomorrow in the ongoing 2024 Hockey Olympic qualifiers at the University of Pretoria in South Africa. Now, Kenya must win against Ghana to sail into the semi-finals alongside already qualified Egypt, who are on the top of the group with 6 points. On the other hand, Kenya women's hockey team has stormed into the semi-finals after thrashing Ghana 3-2 yesterday at the same venue. Now, Argentina's forward Lionel Messi scooped his 8th Ballon d'Or. Messi outshined Man City's super striker Erling Haaland and PSG's forward Kylian Mbappe to clinch the world's prestigious title. Messi was named the all-time best player after helping his national team to win the last World Cup trophy in Qatar in the 2022, scoring 7 goals. Now the 36-year-old plays for David Beckham's club, Inter Miami. We've come to the end of a bulletin at this particular hour on this day. This is Tuesday. Thank you so much for making time for the Bottom Line KE. My name is Brian Amwai. Let's do this again next time. On behalf of everyone that made it a success, I do want to thank you so much for watching. Our sign language interpreter tonight has been Josephine Ouko. Do have yourselves a lovely night and enjoy the rest of your programming here on Lookuptv. All right, good night.